I had so much anxiety watching this episode, bro. Because
I kind of didn't want to watch it. I was like, oh, here we
bro,
go again.
because I was like, it kept like I was like, okay, they're not gonna do it this episode. And I kept seeing hands. I was like, oh no, they're doing they're doing it this episode. No.
I thought it was gonna be the third episode, honestly.
Me too, bro. I legit, but my God, I did like a lot of the things that they did in this episode, like the whole Jackson fight.
Best part.
I like
that. Best part.
It was beautiful, bro. It was so, and I love the way they did things. Like they rolled the gas cans out. You know what I mean? Like and shot it. You know, like it was beautiful. I love the bloater fight with Tommy. That was cool,
dude. I love how Tommy took control of that leadership role. And dude, not to jump ahead because we'll walk through everything, but when he ran out of gas and he just like gave up, I was like, yeah, that man shit his pants at that moment.
Oh, facts.
I know he did because I did and I wasn't there.
I like that they changed some things or whatever. Like they kept some things the same. It's like obviously that they had the conversation with Seth, and they had that like him trying to like make up for it, and Ellie just not having it.
Very awkward,
yeah. Like I don't care. She's but like, also like that they changed where Dina was with Joel because it I kind of like it kind of fixes some things for me because like it explains how Dina knows who they are. Because like in the game, she comes to Ellie, she's like, hey, I figured it out. But for here, she's seen it. She knew who it was. She for real knew who it was.
I kind of like the switch ups as well.
I'm also grateful
for the narrative.
Yeah, I'm also grateful they did it because that means we didn't have to sit through a sex scene. Because you know, like Dina and Ellie had that scene in the game, and I'm just glad we didn't have to sit through it because I felt like that would have been very awkward. I like that Jesse got more screen time. You know what I mean? Like he was able to do a lot more stuff because, like, you know, in the game, he's not as prevalent. You know.
It was a curious detail that I noticed in episode 1 when they're working on the pipes, and you saw the infected fungus kind of move.
Yeah,
I like how they played on that in this as well. Because the thing about it makes sense in a realistic way.
Yeah, and I like how they had the thought that they're using their own dead as like insulation to stay warm because like they're not actual zombies; they're literally just infected people.
Dude, it was crazy that scene where you see all the infected in that mountain, and then when they start to wake up, they just start sinking in the snow, and then they emerge. I was like, "Holy fuck, that's scary!" Wow.
So I was talking to somebody at work about it. I was like, I feel like that's definitely scarier than the game for me because like if I saw that, I think I'd be terrified. I'd be like, I don't know if I could have made that. You know what I mean? I don't think I could have lived through that.
And the horde that came, dude, the hundreds of thousands of them.
Bro, when they slam into Jackson's like wall, like that was just like I don't know how like it made me like
yeah, they didn't give a damn. It was like
you know, almost like flinching away, like because like they hit it. It was like, God dang, bro.
I didn't see that there.
Yeah, and then like the whole, I do want to give props to I don't remember her name, the girl who plays Abby. She did so well in this episode for me. Like the emotion she gave, it was different than like it was slightly different than the game, but I love the emotion that she gave talking to Joel. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's clearly conflicted in a way because I mean, yes, he just saved you, but he also killed your father. So like
yeah, you have to find out what moral code you're going to follow.
Yeah, and she even talks about that.
Yeah, she talks on that.
She's like, "I'm going to kill you because like this is what I need. It needs to be done for me."
I get it.
I like how they put Dina to sleep. It's not to hurt her or whatever. Makes sense. Because like in the other one, all they did was really they just kind of like beat up on Tommy, kind of knocked him unconscious, like in the game.
And this one, Tommy was up there holding down the fort, literally.
And
dude, that Abby Chase scene was also fucking phenomenal.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, dude. There was one scene where this infected was reaching for her so hard that the fence was cutting inside of its hand.
Yes,
I wrote that down in my notes. I was like, "Wow, dude." It's little details like that I really like.
Oh yeah, and then like the fence caving in on her, and like one breaking through the fence. Casey, that shit was wild, bro.
Who comes to the rescue? Joel. How ironic.
Yeah. And then like the way Ellie was talking to Jesse, it definitely seemed like she was trying to say that like set up something that happens in the game. Like that she actually talked to Joel. Like you know, the last episode, like she kind of just walked past him.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to mention. Like the one thing I did miss in this show was the lack of interaction between Ellie and Joel. Like I remember, and I'm trying my best not to like compare it to the game because they're kind of unfair. Like they're going to do their own thing, their own interpretation of it. But I did miss the interaction, especially like the guitar stuff and all of that. Like I know they had the problems, but there was still some interaction there. You know, right before the tragedy happened.
I think we'll get some. I think we'll get some, like, but like it's like flashbacks in a way. Like you know, there's a bunch of other scenes that happened. Like at least in the game, there were flashbacks for her. So
yeah, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Joel for sure.
No. But
matter of fact, I'm sure you're probably working into season 3 somehow.
Oh, for sure. You know, you got to find a way. Like I said, there's plenty of flashback scenes they could do and everything. So we'll definitely see them again. But that fucking scene, bro.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, bro. It fucking sucked to watch that. Like not in a bad way. Yeah, because I was like, bro, because I knew it was coming. I saw her look over the golf clubs. I was like, fuck me, dude. No. Oh, and I like that she changed it up too. Like if she hit him with the golf club, I like that you cut back and she's just pounding on this motherfucker with her own fist. You know?
Yeah, Joe was near death then, hanging on by a thread. I was waiting for the Joel line, and I finally got it. He's just like, "Shut the fuck up and do it already."
See, like, and then I got the Abby line after that I was waiting on, which was, you know, you stupid old man, you don't get to rush this. I was like, yes, beautiful, but like, bro, it was so rough to watch. I knew. Oh my god!
Because in that scene, like the way Joel and like Pedro played that scene out, like he was on the brink of death. It was legit rough to watch. Like it was rough.
And then Ellie just coming in there, and that just, oh, I mean, it's so much worse for me. Because like, I knew the moment that Bella started crying, I was gonna start crying. And like, I mean, I didn't.
You cried.
Yeah,
you cried.
I'm sorry. Like, it happened. But
I didn't take it that far.
It always gets me, bro.
That's all right. I know you're a lot more passionate about this than I am. I enjoy it.
But yeah, and Bella killed it, bro. Like she did exactly what I needed to do. I'm actually a little happy that dude who's playing Manny didn't spit on Joel's corpse like he did in the game, because I was like, that would have made me so much madder. Because that was one of the reasons I hated Manny in the game. I really wanted him to die. Yeah, I really wanted him to die.
And then in the aftermath of that, they had the scene where they're dragging Joel's body, and Ellie's just looking back at the body was being dragged. That was sad as hell too.
And they had the song, bro. from the fucking trailer. Ashley Johnson who plays Ellie in the game.
That's what I told Jess. I was like, do you recognize that voice? She's like, no. It's like, well, here's some fun facts for you.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Grendel, dude. Ashley is a beautiful singer.
Oh yeah.
Not only is she like a full blown badass voiceover artist, but she's a beautiful singer.
I went and got the song on Spotify, like the moment the episode ended.
I was on Spotify.
Yeah. Also, her singing "Take on Me" from the game. That's also on there too. But I went and got those two, and then you look at the aftermath of Jackson too. That shit was wild. Because I personally didn't expect them to break in. Because I thought, okay, they have such a great game plan. I didn't think they were going to break. Yeah, they had such a great.
They was on it, but I knew when that Big Papa Pump looking motherfucker came in, I was like, yeah, it's over. It's OV.
Yeah, because the moment he gets there, like he's too powerful.
And then he was going to go out to Maria, and then Tom was like, no, you're not. That was nice. No.
Also, I like how they incorporated the dogs.
Yeah, dude, the dogs came in clutch. Because it felt like when I watched it, it felt like Tommy was kind of like winded and almost was about to give up. But as soon as the dogs came, it's like visually, it looked to me like he got his second wind, and he's like, okay, let's go, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Did you get the same vibe or no?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it definitely felt like he was like at his point. Like he's like, I don't know if I can make it, and then bam, like just able to just get it.
Second one. I was really surprised they actually survived.
Well, I knew they would survive.
Well, for a second, I didn't think so. Just to throw a wrench in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't expect a lot of people to die. I thought if someone were to die once they broke in, it'd be like a little bit. But that horde was so deep that once they got in there, I was like, I don't know how anyone survives this. Like, for real. Except for maybe Tommy. And then you got to imagine how Tommy's going to be whenever they get back to Jackson with Joel. Because, that's going to break him.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be rough.
And again, I just like how everything kind of played out. I even like at the end where there's a guy who got bit and he just hands his gun to somebody. I think it was Tommy, but because he knew, look, I'm bit. We're not doing this. Just bam, take me out. Because there's so many times you've seen it in shows or whatever where people get bit and they're like, no, I'm fine, no, because they don't want to die. You know what I mean? They're scared of it, and I get that. But right here, there's no good coming out of this. I'm bit. I'm gonna turn. Just do it. You know what I mean? Just take me out.
Yeah, I feel like that's the strong culture they have built in Jackson. Kind of like the scene where Tommy's talking to the Jackson in the meeting. Yep. It's just ingrained in their culture and their memory. Like, hey, if something goes wrong, take me out of the equation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a practice what you preach thing, and that old buddy was a G for that.
Yeah. And literally everybody was doing what they needed to do. The moment it happened, we're going to the roofs, we're going to the basements, we're locking up, we're doing what we gotta do. We're barricading these doors. You don't come out until somebody comes to tell you it's safe. I love that. It was well thought out. It's just way too many fucking infected, bro.
For a second there, when they started running away from the main wall, I thought they was running away at first to be on a bear or something. But then I realized it was going around the side to break in, which kind of plays on the point that Ellie was trying to make last episode, that they're slowly evolving. They're getting smarter.
Yeah. It makes it more dangerous too, because if they're smart enough to know, hey, I need to go here, because they also they start breaking into windows and stuff, and they're even a shot of them trying to bang on the door to one of the basements. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they know where to go. They know what they're supposed to do, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, there's a fine line because if you've met the cordyceps too smart, it becomes Resident Evil. You know, which I don't think they're going to do that, but I would like for them to play with the idea that hey, they're getting pretty damn smart. And not only do we have to defend ourselves, but we have to outsmart them as well. I like to see that.
Yeah, me too.
That stalker scene in episode 1, man, that was off the chain. I was like, oh man, you're fucked.
So, big takeaway: did you like this episode more than episode 1?
I think this is leaps and bounds better than episode 1. Again, I don't think episode 1 was a tragedy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even take it as far as like I disliked the episode. I just don't think it was strong enough of a punch to be your not pilot episode, but your opening episode of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe this was a lot stronger of an episode. And not just because of the Joel thing.
No. You know, crazy enough, you know me, I watch reactions and stuff. I seen someone say like they wish it had been Tommy instead of Joel that had died. But I think they probably hadn't played the game. They were just watching the TV show as is, and like thinking, Joel's the main character. Why are we taking Joel out? But that really sets up the story. You know what I mean? Like it has to happen for.
That's kind of the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah. Just. I'm
the thing is, like, Joel knew they was going to come.
No. Had to.
I mean, you don't go slaughter a whole bunch of people and not respect any kind of retaliation. I mean, it was going to happen.
And even Abby was like, because I swore it was more than 18, but she was like, there was 18 people and a doctor. And I want you to remember that doctor. And I was like, but I was thinking about it, like, I felt like it was definitely more than 18 people, bro. Unless some of the people just didn't die. Like they survived somehow.
I don't remember that visual, to be honest with you.
Like him walking through the hospital just popping motherfuckers?
Yeah, like I remember it vaguely, but man, I feel like it was like 30 or 40.
True.
Oh, dude was just fucking spraying there.
He was dropping a lot of folks, bro.
Oh, dude, what did you think about the opening scene when Abby was having like that weird ass dream of telling herself not to go in there?
That was beautiful, bro. Because like,
it was bizarre,
I thought they were just gonna be like, I thought they were gonna do like the regular scene, like in the game where like she finds her dad and everything. But I like they did that because she's relived that so many times in her head. You know what I mean? So she's kind of just like, look, just don't go in there. I guess in an attempt to be like, I want to stop this. Like, because maybe if I can tell myself not to go in there, it doesn't actually happen. It's not real. You know,
out of your inner demons.
Yeah, and obviously she's not gonna listen because it needs to happen because she has seen her father dead on the floor and everything, so she needs to see that. But it was well done to me. And again, I've heard people talk crap about like Bella as Ellie, and people talking crap about I can't remember her name is who's playing Abby,
Caitlin?
But Caitlin, yes. Yeah. Both of them did so well, bro. Like I love this episode compared to the first one. Like I like it so much more. But again, same as you. Like I don't dislike episode 1. Episode 1 was fine for me, but this one was so much better. And I even with the Joel stuff, because like I know a lot of people like, especially in the game, like that turned them off. They were like, no, I don't even want to play anymore.
You have to admit that's a hell of an angle to start. You know,
it really is.
What more? Really? What better way can you tell a revenge story than killing off Joel Miller? You know.
Like I said,
you're not going to want to see it, but I mean, it makes Ellie's, journey that much more meaningful.
And it's got me thinking, like, so what's next? Like, do we just follow Ellie for a minute and then we switch over to Abby? Like, we're gonna do like kind of the game, or we're going back and forth? We're just gonna like show some stuff that Ellie's doing, show some stuff that Abby's doing, back and forth type shit. You know what I mean? What do you think?
It's really bizarre to me that they're only doing 7 episodes. And, you know, we talked about this before. I think 7 is such an odd number pacing wise. You know, even if you did 8, you know, but I would highly prefer 10 just because I feel like that's kind of uniform. But 7 is so bizarre because depending on what you focus on per episode, it's almost hard to balance because you have an odd number of space there, you know?
Yeah.
So what do you do? So we know how the story goes. So if they're already announced, you know, season 3, I imagine they're going to save the second half probably for season 3. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. They're probably throwing a few flashbacks this season. Probably in season 3 as well, maybe 1 or 2. I don't feel like as much. But yeah, I'm really intrigued on how they're going to pace this.
There's still a lot they have to cover, you know. So there's still a lot to go, and I guess they're hoping that splitting it into 2 seasons will give them enough time to start a third one in case people want to keep watching it. Because like they would have to make a third game if they were going to continue this show, you know.
Do you feel like people would buy it?
It's not logical because they got so much stuff they got going on. You know?
I don't know, man. Like, I really love the game, but they have milked the fuck out of this franchise.
They really have. It's gonna make money, bro. Like, it's just gonna make money. There's still a lot of people who haven't like seen it or playing it or whatever. Like, there's several people at my job that like I talk about the show and they're like, "What is that?"
Exactly.
Never heard of it. So,
off the top of my head, though, I mean, well, you have the original Last of Us, Part 1. You have the PS4 remaster, Part 1. Last of Us 2. You have the Season 1 HBO show. You have the Last of Us PS5 with the Last of Us 2 graphics. What else am I missing? Last of Us 2 remastered. Season 2. And they just dropped the complete edition or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you can literally
not to mention the DLCs, you know what I'm saying? The list is almost as long as my dick. It's pretty long.
You buy 1 and 2 and it's like literally one game. So you'd have all in one section. But that's
you get my point though. For only 2 games, you have a list this long. It's like every 6 months they come out with something, but you know, I'm not talking shit, but I kind of am at the same time. I honestly wouldn't want a third game. I wouldn't.
I don't need a third game. You know what I mean? Like personally, would I play a third? The only thing I can think of is either we follow like I think we would follow Ellie.
I think I lost you there.
I lost connection for a second.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I think we would follow Ellie's like path to find Dina and the baby. That's where we go. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not saying that again.
That makes sense, but at the same time, that kind of eliminates the whole purpose of having an ending, and the ending they chose. I ain't going to spoil it for people for part 2. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I say if there is a point. That's the only thing I can think of for them to go. But I'm also not the writers. But like again, I'm saying I don't need the game. Like I don't need the third. I'm cool where we stopped at. I think it's a good ending and everything. If they make a third one, I'm gonna have to play it, but I don't need it. I'm not gonna go out of my way, but like, hey, we need to push that third one.
I feel you. Like that. I know you really enjoyed this, so I ain't gonna talk shit about it.
But overall, what would you rate it, right?
See, I gave the first episode a 4, which is pretty damn low. Not saying I dislike it. I did not dislike it. I just think it wasn't strong enough. This one, I would probably give this a nice 7.5, maybe 8. Like, it's pretty strong episode.
I'm going 8. Yeah, it's definitely a strong episode, and again, it heightens my anticipation for the next episode. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super excited to see how they change things or what they're gonna put in just this next episode. So,
yeah, I mean, there's plenty of places to go. Going back to the small detail about the pipes, you think that's going to go anywhere?
Yeah, I think so, actually, because I think what it is like, because Joe was one of the ones who was like telling him about it, like it's like, or not Joe, there was some guy, and he was talking about how there was like, I can't remember what it's called, but like the roots, I guess, of it are like in there. I think we'll see that again, and I think it's like they're like using whatever they can for like insulation. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if it gets too cold, even like straight up on just like the fungus itself, maybe it can't.
That fungus is so weird and bizarre, dude. Like, it really is.
It really is.
Every time I see that, it freaks me out. It really does.
Yeah,
cordyceps freaks me out. Like, I'm serious. I still remember in season 1 when that old woman, like, her mouth was doing that.
Yeah,
I was like sent chills down my spine.
Just imagine me.
It's crazy too, because yeah, take me, cordyceps, take me. You know, could you imagine though? Because they're really kind of playing off the idea, and it is so that they have like a universal communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all connected in some way. So if they're already in the pipes in the town of Jackson, you could go somewhere with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't expect us to stay in Jackson much longer. So we'll find out if that goes anywhere.
I'm assuming we're going to leave Jackson with Ellie. You know what I mean? Like her going to Seattle. That's what I would assume.
It would be a shame for me not to see some of that, though. Like, I know it's just a small detail, but that's one detail I really like, them playing with the idea that, oh my God, because the cordyceps in that aspect is hiding in plain sight. Like, could you imagine thinking Jackson is such a safe town? They bust down the damn pipes and see the damn cordyceps just boo, 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 boo. He's like, oh, fuck, we got a problem.
Well, I think it's for that though. Like, they have to like be able to connect with it. Like, it's kind of like almost kind of like a calling thing for them. They have to be able to touch it for like touch somebody for it to like send out a signal, or like it sends like pulses through it, but like I don't think it sends it through Jackson. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Right. Because in the show, correct me if I'm wrong, they don't really do the whole airborne aspect, do they? They don't. Yeah. No, that's just in the game.
That's just the game.
So if you're not bit, you're all right. Unless you eat some biscuits.
Facts. Well, that's what happened in the first one.
Yeah, you think about it. Go to fucking Jack's, get a sauce of biscuits. You're fucked, buddy.
I think they take a lot of precautions. You know what I mean? So hopefully they do.
But yeah, I think very solid episode. I think the next episode is gonna kind of die down on the action, get a little more emotional on the drama side.
Yeah,
we get to see that little twinkle in Ellie's eye of revenge. Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't wait now. But thank y'all for watching us on this stream, guys. Anybody who's seen it, we appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff we gotta do. And until next time, y'all.
Adios.